Welcome back, everyone. Assault at the Rite of Rebirth introduces two kinds of optional objectives, a mini-boss in the form of the Death Knight, and a pair of chests at the sides of the arena. I'll be hitting up both chests and taking down the Death Knight too. I want his Dark Seal, and I also simply want the experience points. Byleth needs to reach level 10. Not only will that let him promote again, level 10 is a minimum requirement to recruit Cyril without any supports. I'm also aiming to promote Claude to Archer and Leonie to Cavalier before the mission at the end of next month, so they're going to carry a lot of the workload here as well. Linhardt returns as my assistant for his ranged healing abilities. This time, I'm making Lysithea an adjutant. I want her to gain a lot of faith points, and the easiest way for her to do that is to equip Nosferatu and attach herself to someone who's going to see a lot of combat. In this mission, Leonie's going to do more battles than anyone else, so I pair Lysithea with her. I want to defeat the Death Knight quickly to get him out of the way. If you leave him where he is, he covers a large area of the map and makes it really hard to maneuver. He has pretty fearsome stats on Maddening, including 17 attack speed and an obnoxious crit chance thanks to his unique scythe. My level 7 Myrmidon Byleth has 16 strength and 17 speed, because I gave him 2 speed carrots, and I cooked some meals this month worth another 3 speed. Ignaz's rally speed bumps Byleth up to 21, and with rally strength from Raphael, Byleth can completely negate the weight of his training sword. That'll give him 21 AS, just enough to double. If I weren't able to hit that doubling threshold, I would instead try for a single powerful hit with the forged steel sword I won from this month's tournament. Leonie is the other critical part of my plan because she has Night Kneeler to deal effective damage with her steel lance. After the Death Knight, I'm going to split my forces in two. Byleth will lead a pack of scrubs up the west side. They'll defeat all the enemies there, grab the spirit dust from the western chest, intercept the reinforcements coming up the middle of the map, and then march north to defeat the boss. Meanwhile, Claude and Leonie are going to work together to fight through the entire eastern contingent. Marianne and Linhardt will be able to support them from a distance with Physic. The 4 of them will visit the eastern chest, which contains an intermediate seal. As usual, we're doing a first turn stride. I want to pull the Death Knight on turn 1, and to do that safely, I need to take out both the Archer and the Dark Mage in front of our starting position. In doing that, I have to be careful not to put anyone but Byleth in the Death Knight's range.
Ready and willing.
Let's get to it. Who, me?
I can place Byleth next to Hilda so that he does 3 more damage thanks to her personal ability. Since he doubles, that's worth 6 points.
I stand ready.
Lawrence is free to start battling the enemies to the west. Here, only one enemy can attack him thanks to the bottlenecks between these coffins. You can lose instantly if the Death Knight gets a crit. I gave Byleth the goddess icon in the secret book from last map to mitigate the chance of failure from crits or misses. Now I just need a little more damage to let Leonie kill with Night Kneeler. Claude provides that with his Gambit. With that done, I have to turn my attention to the 3 enemies coming at me from the left. I'm going to maneuver so that I can limit this to 3 separate fights where I can gang up on each target.
That hurts.
By switching to fire, Lawrence avoids getting doubled by the Myrmidon.
Much needed.
Another.
While finishing off these two enemies, I want to set up my army so that Marianne can execute a second big stride next turn. That'll let me send Claude and Leonie straight into the fray on the right side, and the others will be able to catch up to Byleth and Hilda on the left. I want Claude and Leonie to end up outside of this Dark Mage's range, and I want Claude to be sheltered between the two pillars. Counting out 9 tiles, I can work out where the two of them need to be right now. This monk is a total non-threat, so I can just beat up on him for free bow experience while preparing to face the Dark Mages.
Thanks!
Sorry.
I find it really easy to send the chest key to the convoy by accident. Gotta be careful with those menus.
So nice of you.
Hilda's bow attack does 0 damage, so I'm doing this purely for the meager bow and class experience. She'll have plenty of time to heal up, so the damage is no problem. And her ability lets Byleth deliver a single finishing blow without retaliation.
I don't have... Just try.
Thank you.
This is another way to manipulate enemies so that they don't use gambits. By equipping a bow, Byleth removes his ability to counterattack. The enemy will happily take free hits with their regular weapons if you can't fight back at all. They don't try for gambits against Hilda either, though in her case, I'm not entirely sure why. Leonie will need the steel bow in a moment, so she takes it from Claude. Marianne and Linhart each have a physic range of 6. This is enough to support Claude and Leonie while staying out of enemy range. The enemy monks prefer to heal when they have an opportunity, rather than attack. As long as I've wounded someone else and they don't see a chance for an immediate kill, I don't have to worry about them using Nosferatu on me.
I could use a break.
Raphael already took the chest key from Byleth, but when I've done something like that, I try to double check. This kill finally takes him to level 5. I'm not going to stop there and wait for promotion, though. Raphael will actually gain another level on this map. I'm willing to sacrifice one level of marginally better fighter growths in order to get him into Brigand on time. I've been systematically killing each enemy that stops at Leonie's left side to keep them from reaching my 2 healers.
So nice of you.
The reinforcements, a trio of mages, arrive from the south. They're going to advance 3 abreast straight up the map, so I'll intercept them in 4 turns when they reach the upper area. Every one of them has a magical gambit, so I have to take that into account. After Byleth waits in range of the soldier, Hilda prepares to bait the mage in the center. Lawrence heals her first, and then she gets some chip damage in against the monk with a lance.
Who, me?
That means Ignatz has to come up and switch her back to a bow so she can defend herself. Having borrowed the steel bow from Claude, Leonie's able to do enough damage to this dark mage for Claude to secure the kill with a mere training bow. Using such a weak weapon limits the damage that Claude will do when he counterattacks the nearby Myrmidon. However, I didn't account for the chance that Claude would gain speed here, letting him double the Myrmidon. I don't particularly want that to happen. I'd rather leave him with more health and get another attack in next turn.
Thanks for that. Is this over yet?
Apologies.
We must all...
Ready and willing.
Wielding the iron bow instead prevents Claude from doubling. Generally, there's no need to be so meticulous about this stuff, but I have such thin margins in these first few chapters that every little bit helps.
Hey.
Who, me?
Thanks. Sorry.
We must all...
Thanks for that.
Let's get to it.
My payoff for rewinding is 1 whole extra axe hit and 13 experience points.
Sorry.
Coming back to the west side, I can leave the monk alive for a moment, but the mage and soldier have to go. I'm continuing to give kills to Byleth with the idea of making him hit level 10 before the boss kill, so I can give that to someone else.
I could use a break.
I got this.
I stand ready.
It's so easy to forget about the key. I want Marianne to take it because I need Claude and Leonie constantly fighting and earning experience. I would have Linhardt take the detour, but I'm not allowed to trade with my mission assistant. It's better for Claude to take this chip shot, but it does mean he has to dodge some fairly inaccurate gambits.
Who, me?
It's
Look at you!
appreciate that.
In Byleth's case, there's nothing to gain by risking a gambit. He waits with his bow equipped so that the Myrmidon will just use his sword.
Good.
The monk is no real threat to anyone, so she basically represents a free experience pinata for Leonie.
Aha! Too easy.
As in last map's shenanigans, I make Linhardt wield fire so that the Myrmidon will double him, and therefore the enemy won't use a gambit.
The glow. Thank you.
Apologies.
Gambit criteria for the reinforcements here are slightly mysterious to me. I think they don't like the low hit rate against Byleth, while Lawrence gets doubled, but I really don't know why the left-hand mage chooses not to use a gambit on Ignots.
Perhaps I should retreat.
So nice of you.
Thanks for that.
Raphael just waits here to provide a gambit boost.
Be mindful.
Hilda has been holding the golden deer bracelet, but now Byleth can take it to guarantee his gambit will hit. By freezing the other mage in place, he also reserved that kill for himself at the same time. It'll be enough to bring him to level 10.
Thank you.
Great.
Another.
Claude needs more XP than Leone now. I'd like them to be about equal after this mission so that they each need to do about the same amount of work in the quest battles coming up next chapter.
Take the turn.
Stay focused. Well done.
If you say so.
Thank you.
Moving Linhardt over here lets Leonie activate her personal ability, potentially helping her deal the killing blow. The boss doesn't have any of the abilities that protect enemies from getting moved by gambits, so Byleth's Assembly Gambit can pull him off the Prey Stone tile. Without its 30% avoid bonus and its 2 protection, he's much easier to kill.
Oh, nice!
I choose to have Hilda just weaken him, saving the kill for Raphael. Our reward is Byleth's personal weapon, the Sword of the Creator. Coming up, we have a pair of side quests that we'll use to earn our first batch of intermediate class promotions. Please subscribe to keep up. I'll see you next time.